Welcome to the Arizona Report Week in Review for the week ending August 17th, 2019. My name is David Meek, licensed Arizona real estate broker and realtor. My website, ArizonaReport.com. So August is typically, statistically, the best month of the year in Phoenix for a buyer to secure a good deal on a property. That's because demand typically is a little lower in August. Families who want to have their kids in school and have those transactions locked down and closed are typically at this time of year done with their transactions. However, the snowbirds, our seasonal snowbirds who come back to the valley, have not returned yet to buy. So typically in August, the deals abound, but not this year, not in 2019. There is no market lull in August. According to the Cromford report, which is an aggregator of Phoenix real estate data, quote, the market favors sellers to the greatest degree since August 2005. That was pretty remarkable. The market favors sellers to the greatest degree since August of 2005. So if you're sitting on property and you're ready to sell, you can write your own ticket this year. It's the hottest market we've seen for sellers in the last 14 years. Now, the Cromford report also publishes the Cromford Market Index for the greater Phoenix metro. This is a numerical tool that's derived from the trends of the pending, active, and sold properties in communities around Phoenix over the past 4 years. Now, a number of 100 on this scale indicates balance. A number below 100 indicates a buyer's market where there's oversupply and not a lot of demand. The score goes lower. Over 100 is just the opposite. That's a seller's market. That's where the inventory is short, the demand is high. Over 100 is a seller's market. That's what we are experiencing currently. Now, some communities in the valley on this scale today are registering over a 300 on the Cromford Market Index. That is a severe seller's market. So, according to the Cromford Market Index, these are the 5 hottest markets in Phoenix in terms of demand. These are the strongest sellers markets. Surprise, 5th place, 228. Glendale, also 228 on the Cromford Market Index. Chandler, 232. Mesa, 251. And Avondale, with a score of 368, is the hottest market in the valley. Boy, if you are a seller in Avondale, the sun is shining today. So a lot of these scores and a lot of this dynamic, what's happening now is there was a recent downward spike in mortgage interest rates. And a lot of buyers who were on the fence and sidelined decided to get back in, and they entered an already crowded real estate market. Something that happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I have an investor client, and I was showing her single-family rental properties in the West Valley in West Phoenix. And I scheduled a showing for 8 o'clock at night, and figured I'd get to the property and unlock and turn lights on. I pulled up at the property, and over the course of the next 20 minutes, there were 5 realtors and 5 buyers going through this house, and one neighbor who was walking around the exterior of the home and just curious about the property, checking this property out. In 22 years, I've never been to a real estate showing late at night where there are 5 agents and their clients walking around this house. Anyway, this house was sold, but the interesting thing about this particular property that blew my mind was this home originally was listed at $193,900, $193,900. $193,900. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square foot ranch built in the 70s. 3 days later, after it was listed, the seller changed the price, but they didn't mark it down, they marked it up. The seller increased the price to $198,000. They received an offer immediately, but that offer fell through. So the property came back on the market 30 days later. What did the seller do? He marked up the price again because of the demand. He was probably getting a lot of showing requests. Marked the price up to $199,500. That's when we saw it. 5 days later, it was sold under contract for full asking price. Incredible. I've not seen that kind of activity in 22 years. But that gives you an idea of what's happening right now around Phoenix, especially under $400,000. The market is severely imbalanced and tilted in favor of sellers. So today's national 30-year fixed rate, interest rate, according to bankrate.com, is 3.71%. That has an APR of 3.82%, and this is calculated on a $300,000 loan amount with 20% down and a 740 credit score. So, in other news, new home construction is hot. And this article here in the Phoenix Business Journal says Valley home builder permits soar to pre-recession numbers. I'll read you a little bit about this article from the Phoenix Business Journal. Home builders are bullish on construction in Metro Phoenix. In fact, they haven't pulled this many single-family building permits in a single month since before the Great Recession. According to the Home Builders Association of Central Arizona, home builders pulled 2,227 single-family building permits during July 2019. That's the most of any month since August 2007. So the home builders are very happy in Phoenix right now. And what's happening, too, is go back to the anecdote, the story I told you about the resale, the single-family home that had so many buyers. Those buyers who are losing those bids are getting a little fed up, and they're spilling over into new construction. And there's a little bit of a premium right now when you're building new construction, but buyers know that they can lock in a deal, pick their lot, build a new home, have the bumper-to-bumper warranty, and new construction right now is on fire in Phoenix. So that's a good place to be. Now, next piece of news is concerns you if you are an FHA buyer. FHA is the loan program with 3.5% down. It's very popular with first-time buyers. If you've been an FHA buyer and you've been looking for condos in the last 10 years since the trough of the Great Recession, you know that picking a condo as an FHA buyer is very frustrating because a lot of those condos, a lot of those developments, those buildings are not approved by the FHA. In order to purchase with an FHA loan, there's an approved list. That development needs to be on the FHA's approved list. Most of the time, the condo developments are not. So, according to this article in Mortgage News Daily, of more than 150,000 condominium projects in the United States, only 6.5% are approved to participate in the FHA's mortgage insurance programs. Now, to be approved under the existing rules, the condo communities, those developments, have to submit a pile of paperwork. They have to be vetted by the FHA, and they have to make any improvements required by the FHA, and then submit to reexamination, pay a lot of money, and then they might be approved, or they might not. So first-time buyers with FHA loans have, for the past 10 years, had a lot of trouble, and those condos represent an entry point, a good first-time home buyer entry point for those prospective purchasers. And they've been locked out of those condos for a long time. So when this rule changes, this was announced this week, it goes into effect October 15th of 2019. So if you're an FHA buyer and you're looking for a condo, after October 15th, you'll have a lot more options. These are called spot approvals. No longer does the development need to be approved wholly. You can get a spot approval on those condos, and these rules are slightly more relaxed than they have been in the past. And that's good because buyers will have a lot more options. And if you're a condo owner in a development right now that's not FHA approved, and you can check that online, the price of your condo will appreciate now that more buyers are eligible to purchase in your development. So let's see. Next article here from the Phoenix Business Journal: Affordability driving home sales in the West Valley, where master plan communities prevail. Of the top 10 selling Metro Phoenix master plan communities, 8 are in the West Valley, according to a new report. Let's see, Jamie McAndrew, who is the Vice President of Sales for Meritage, that's a home builder, Vice President for the Phoenix Division, said, "We can't believe the response. Meritage is building homes in the West Valley between 230 and 340, and they've had an overwhelming response." So the West Valley, very popular for new construction, and things are on fire there. And let's see here. That is about it. The last article, pool of home sales across Metro Phoenix is drying up. This is an article in KTAR indicating that the inventory for homes hasn't been this low since 2001. Boy, good time to be a seller, frustrating time to be a buyer in certain circumstances, but get pre-qualified, find an agent who you know and who you trust and who can move quickly, and those are your best tools to get out there and secure a property. My name is David Meek, licensed Arizona real estate broker. This has been the Week in Review for the week ending August 17th, 2019. Please visit my website and find out my thoughts on the local market. You can find my website at arizonareport.com or call me here in the studio, 480-999-MOVE. That's 480-999-6683. Until next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you then.